Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps a lot. And also keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we have after market close on Monday, November 22nd. We're going to take a look at Palantir today. I do cover Palantir every Monday, so if that would be interesting to you and you enjoy this video, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications, and that way you will get notified every Monday. So Palantir slipping a bit today, down over 3.5% and coming down below this 2119 that had been trying to hold, that had been on the chart for several weeks or months at this point. That said, the entire market at points today was absolutely just getting obliterated. And so I have to see sort of how these macro forces play into, the individual stocks, and especially the growth sector, which, if you remember back in like February, March, when growth just like almost inexplicably, across the board, kind of got the rug pulled out from under and just had a really, really rough several months. That was this period here. So you see this was the beginning of February, and then just zap. And then it's just been sort of magnetized, this range. So this does kind of look like it's just reverting back to the range. So I'm not really going to throw in a ton of additional support zones down below here. I'll throw this one in because it looks pretty solid to me, right about here. 1930, and see if that provides any support if it needs to go down there. But it looks like it's just kind of falling back into this range, and sort of a byproduct of this, which we've been tracking for several months. I mean, this started in March and then reconfirmed in June, this topping out area, and it briefly pushed through and then lost it on sort of a unfortunate catalyst, and then has topped out there once again and pushed down through. So until it can break this range, there's really not a lot of like upward potential to that like $30 target that is sort of looming large in a lot of folks' minds, I think. Though at this point, maybe just $20 is looming large, or even $25. But that said, I still think that those are the most important levels at this point. This topping out, in the like mid to low 27s, and then just continuing to work in this range. Now, I think the broader view of this could be seen that it's going to have spent almost all of 2020 kind of building a base. If we look and zoom out to the 1 year here, there's not a whole lot more to look at beyond that. So this sort of encompasses much of its price action. And it has spent, really, aside from like this crazy run up to 45, it's really spent like since November 24th of 2020, which that'll be in 2 days. That'll be a 1 year anniversary. It's been in this range, and it popped out of there from like January 22nd through the 12th of February. So like 3 weeks out of the entire year it's spent out of this range. But otherwise, it's been batting itself in this range that's here. And granted, this is a fairly large range for the price point at which Palantir is at. But I think I do tend to think that in the long view of things, this will probably end up looking like it was taking a long time building a base. And as you know, saying goes, the bigger the base, the bigger the move. So still waiting for the break, the strong break from this base. The question being, of course, is that going to be to the upside or to the downside? And that is yet to be seen. I'm going to throw this into, because this is pretty apparent. And I actually didn't know it was going to line up exactly with there, but looking at this resistance that flipped to support there, seems like a pretty solid one. So we might as well lock that in while we're here. If not, this 1587 is probably the next area, though that's probably not that strong. 1505 is probably stronger. But in any case, hopefully it doesn't need that. So I'm sure there'll be a lot of folks going out shopping for Palantir if it's coming down into the 15s, unless there's some catastrophic news, of course. But in any case, yeah, it's just sort of like where it's situated at the moment. And you got to take it for what it is. Situated below the 180 MA, so that's sort of, the long view bullish or bearish trend. So after this gap down, this minus 7.13% day, situated in a bearish fashion there. Still sort of treating this 12 EMA as resistance lately, and now getting quite far from it. So maybe this is an opportunity for it to start building a base, let that EMA come down and see if it wants to kind of try to move away from that further, which would then require additional support levels, or allow that EMA to come in, start building some price action over it, and potentially try to make a run back up toward this $27 topping out conundrum that it's wrestling with incessantly. On the flow for Palantir, a bit mixed, and it does look more bullish if you look from this point up, but I just want to see what was below. But this is a huge order that came in, $390K in premium, and 20.5 put for Friday. So this on a short week of trading, we get 3.5 days of trading or so. Someone looking to lock in those 2050 puts, which is just slightly out of the money. So you could call it about at the money at the moment, but that is a huge, huge bet. That said, if you combine these two, it's not tremendously far off of these bullish trades that came in the last, I guess, several days. But really today, that's the big story. So who knows if that'll, come to pass or what have you, but just wanted to point that out for anyone. I'll keep an eye on it in the coming days as well and see if more whales start to pile in with big premium bearish trades or not. And if so, I'll toss them on my Twitter, which is linked in the description below, or I put my handle in the description below, so you can check it out there if you want. But to be honest, that's Palantir as I see it. Feels like it's just in this boring range for a year, and just kind of consistently looking for support and resistance levels intermittently. And, periods you get a run that you can kind of play, and then it kind of dies off, and you get another run you can play. But like I said, I do think in the long view, this will probably just look like it was building a really, really lengthy base. All right, folks. Well, I hope your trading week got off to a decent start. To be honest, mine did not. I was doing a really good job controlling my risk today, and then I got absolutely slaughtered in power hour. So if you also got slaughtered today, you're not alone, especially if you were trying to do the best that you could with what you were given, which is what I felt like I was trying to do. But, I'm not a big hype channel, so I don't mind being honest when I also take a beating. And maybe there's some, joy in commiserating on that with folks. But in any case, hopefully there are better days ahead for us. We can get some of this back and just move on and learn from these downturns in the market. It's going to happen, of course, right? All right, folks. I hope that you have an enjoyable short trading week ahead, and I appreciate you watching. I will see you in the next video.